Hello and welcome to Hibs TV on the scariest night of the year. Ross County are the trick-or-treaters at Easter Road in the Cinch Premiership tonight, but we're hoping they'll not be giving us any frights here on Halloween. Kickoff is at 7:45, and tonight I'm delighted to be joined by a Hibernian legend, Pat Stanton. Pat, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Excellent. Well, obviously it's Halloween. Pat, are you ruining any plans to come here for the game tonight?
No, there was a time years ago I might have got involved in things like that, but too old for that now.
Not dressing up as a ghost then?
No, I think I'll give that a miss.
I'm sure the grandkids will, though. Obviously, tonight the club's done a great initiative. £10 tickets for adults. I think it's £5 for concessions as well. And a night like tonight would be great to see, won't it? So many Hibernian FC supporters inside Easter Road.
Yeah, that's right. You know, at the end of the day, the fans are the most important people. You know, you set out to get results and keep them happy that way, but the fans turn up religiously, and it's great when the club remembers that there are fans there, and it's the people in charge of the club at the moment are well aware of that. Maybe in the past there's been wee times where we've slipped up a wee bit in sort of the relationship with the fans, but I think the fans are behind them, and I think the people in charge of the club are aware of that.
Yeah, and the fans will be buoyed, won't they, from the performance against Celtic here at the weekend. How much momentum does that give us going into tonight's game?
Well, that's right. You know, it was a good result for the Hibs getting the draw, but I think you've got to remember that that game's gone now. It's another opposition, and you've got to apply treat them the same as it was Celtic, because, like I say, a good result against Celtic, but if you put a good result behind that, it makes it an even better result. But you do it the other way around, and it takes the shine off it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a huge week, isn't it? Obviously, tonight is a massive game, and then obviously we've got the small task of a cup semi-final on Saturday.
That's great, you know, and it's good. The thing is, it's good to be involved in these things, you know, and stay involved in them. So and just treat each game as it comes along. You get players who maybe they've done well in a game and they think, I'll go out and do the same again. It's another game, and things will happen that are different, and it's just the way you adapt to that, you know, and just as long as your attitude's right. And when the referee blows his whistle, you should have been ready 20 minutes before it, long before it. Get yourself mentally right and just go out and you're ready to go. Don't go out and wait and the referee blowing the whistle and start 20 minutes into the game. Mistake.
Yeah, absolutely. And the players were certainly ready on Saturday. They got a well-deserved point against the league leaders Celtic.
Possession on the far side through Ralston. Hibs work it clear. Venti does well to find Boyle. He has Ewan outside him. Two Hibs quick men. Ewan has it far edge of the Celtic 18-yard box. Goes for the shot. Far too close though to Joe Hart. Easily gathered by the Celtic keeper. Celtic seeing a lot of possession, and Hibs being a little bit careless there. McGregor shoots, good block by Marshall, and the rebound from Bernardo blasted wide. Boyle clips it in right-footed, defended well by Celtic. Hibs have it again inside the area. Venti's shot. Palmer helps that one forward for Taylor. Early ball in. Chance here. Bernardo stabs it into the path of David Marshall, who scoops it away and then blocks the second attempt. Challenged by Jair. Throw-in goes Celtic's way. Palmer has it. Decent effort from Honduran, but just over the crossbar. Ewan flips it in left-footed. Rocky climbs, cushioned down. Oh, it was Dylan Venti hovering at the edge of the 18-yard box for the snap. He helps it forward for Venti, who does well, nods it back into the path of Obita. There's a quick ball into the left foot. It's a great delivery. Oh, that was a superb ball in from Jordan Obita. Nothing given, no chance here for Hibs. Carelessly given away. Venti for Newell. Cuts the ball across. Joe Hart gets two hands on it. Lewis Miller drops back into his defensive area. Decent strike there from James Forrest. He's Found a pocket of space there in behind Jordan Obita though. Mikey Johnson has it here, stabs it forward for Turnbull. It's good defending. Rocky across quickly. What to do defensively here. Ball played into the area. Off the crossbar, it was Liam Scales. Hibs get it clear. Well, that Forrest has it for Celtic on this near side. He's given it away carelessly to Johan, but he wins it back. Stabs it forward into the path of David Turnbull. Cut back, and oh, it was that was steaming in.
Well, here's how the cinch Premiership table looks then after the weekend of action. Celtic remain top, with Rangers just 5 points behind now in second place. Hibs currently sit in 8th on 10 points, and tonight's visitors Ross County are 11th, and St Johnstone remain at the foot of the table. And here's the full card of fixtures. Hibs obviously face Ross County tonight, the only game in the cinch Premiership this evening. Tomorrow it's Celtic versus St Mirren, Dundee against Rangers, Hearts host Livingston, Motherwell take on Aberdeen, and St Johnstone's first match without manager Stephen McLean is at home to Kilmarnock. Pat, you could see the league table up there. It's so tight, isn't it?
Well, it certainly is. You know, but if you can get a couple of results and it changes everything, it pushes you right up the league. So you can be in the bottom half. You don't want to be there, but you know that one or two good results and you're away up the top again. So yeah, you've only just got to take each game as it comes. Treat the opposition with respect and take your chances.
Yeah.
That's vital. You know, I know it's obvious a thing to say. But if you keep missing, well, there was the game the other night there, probably the best game, the chance of the game fell to the Hibs.
Yeah, Martin Boyle, wasn't it?
Yeah, and you'd have put money on him scoring, but he's only human like the rest of us.
It's difficult though. That it was a fantastic cross, wasn't it, from Jordan Obita. Martin Boyle made a great run to get on the end of it. I think post-match, Nick Montgomery said Boyle was almost expecting to take it on the half bounce because the cross was that good. He caught it so full.
Yeah, that's right. He knows better than anybody. If he gets a chance like that again, he'll know what to do. It's just when a ball's coming in like that, you say to yourself, I've seen one of these before, and how do you react to it? But everybody misses chances, but they tend to go when things are not going your way. They tend to go against you.
Yeah, absolutely. On the flip side, though, I think since Nick Montgomery's come in, we've looked like a very strong outfit going forwards. It was defensively though on Saturday where we really shone, and there was huge improvements made, wasn't there? Obviously a clean sheet, and David Marshall was magnificent.
That's right. There was determination there with the players to play well, and it helps with your goalkeeper doing well for you. You know, it spreads forward. You know, if things are maybe a wee bit upside down at the back, it tends to drain the stuff away. Players come back, they feel a bit, but when they've got confidence in what's happening at the back, nothing silly, then you build on that, and then you can start building attacks into the other team's half.
Yeah, and I just wanted to mention Rocky Bashiri and Will Fish. They're obviously a partnership that Nick Montgomery's put a lot of trust in. They're growing as well, both young centre halves, but you could see in that second half how they were both growing in confidence. I mean, Rocky was throwing his body here, there and everywhere and celebrating everyone like a goal. Yeah,
you're going to get that out of him. Both of them are the same type of player. It doesn't matter, you can maybe have missed a couple of games, maybe been left out, and players can go in the huff, and the manager includes them again, and they're not so keen. But these guys maybe haven't played for whatever reason, and they come in and they give their best. Good players to have around. They really are.
Yeah, they absolutely are. And Rocky certainly impressed our head coach, Nick Montgomery, who previewed today's game. Nick, it's obviously been a quick turnaround in games, a big week ahead as well. What's the message been to the players ahead of this week?
Again, spoke after the game, but really proud of the effort the boys put in on the weekend. But that game's gone now, and yeah, we look forward to Ross County. So don't really dwell much on the previous games, but we definitely take a lot of positives out of it and a lot of confidence. I thought the way that we defended, that's something we've been working on, and we need to continue to do that. So definitely moved on and started preparing straight away for Ross County tomorrow night.
Yeah, Ross County obviously tomorrow. What have you made of them so far this season?
Yeah, they're well organised. Marky Mackay's an experienced manager. He's managed down in England. I've seen his teams and played against his teams down there many years ago. But no, he's got them well organised, and they'll come with a game plan. So yeah, we're not expecting anything less than a difficult game.
Yeah, absolutely, and obviously a big week ahead. How much is managing the players' load and match minutes? Is that at the forefront of your mind?
Not really. It's just about getting through the days post the Celtic game and seeing how everybody pulls up and making sure that we've got the best squad available as possible to go into tomorrow night's game. And I'll choose a team which I feel is going to be good enough to get the result. But as always, don't take any risk with anyone that's not 100%, because we want to play at high intensity. So it's definitely important to concentrate game to game, and right now the full focus is on Ross County, and Ross County, that's it.
Yeah, obviously one of the players you didn't want to take a risk on was Christian Deutsch. Could he be back tomorrow night?
Yeah, he could be back. It wasn't a serious thing. He just felt a little tweak in a muscle, and with anything like that, there's no point in taking a risk on any doubt. So yeah, he's fighting to be fit and be involved tomorrow night. So we'll take the information from the physios and the medical staff and take that advice and make a decision on that. But there's plenty of other boys knocking on my door to play, including some of the young boys, which is nice.
Yeah, absolutely. And just finally, you've built up a good relationship, a good rapport with the Hibernian FC supporters since you came to the club. Ticket prices tomorrow night have been slashed just £10 for adults. How great would it be to see as many Hibs fans in Easter Road as possible?
I'm really grateful for the support they've given myself since I came to the club, and yeah, we love the stadium as full as possible. They really do help the players. I thought the atmosphere they created on the weekend again was superb. So yeah, hope to see as many as possible, and it's a good initiative from the club. Hopefully, is it Halloween tomorrow night?
Yep.
Hopefully everyone can come dressed and yeah, it can be a good occasion. But yeah, hopefully we can get a good crowd, because I think the boys' performance on the weekend, I think they'll take a lot if we can get a decent crowd tomorrow night in what's going to be a difficult game.
Yeah, 100%. Good luck tomorrow.
Cheers, thank you.
Well, Pat, we just heard from Nick Montgomery, our head coach, just then. And he was very focused on the fact that the Celtic game's been and gone, and full focus is on Ross County this evening. Obviously, with the semi-final round the corner, how important is that the focus is purely on tonight and we can't get distracted about a huge game on Saturday?
Yeah, first things first. Get the game tonight. They deserve all your best play. Don't stand around and waiting things to happen. Make them happen. They'll come expecting a hard game here, and so don't disappoint them. But it's just down to the players' attitude. They've shown what they can do. I'm pretty certainly pleased that the manager, and just keep it going. And remember, don't take your foot off the gas. Just keep it going. And when they're doing that, they're effective.
Yeah, and I suppose on the flip side to that, Nick Montgomery, when he speaks, he's very straight to the point. If you're not giving him 100%, it'll bring you off. All he wants is to see the best from his team. So I suppose as a player with a semi-final round the corner, actually, tonight is an opportunity to actually stake a claim, isn't it, for that game? That's
right. The manager will have an open mind about it, and he'll need players going into a semi-final. He'll want players that he knows will play. When you turn up for a game like that, and you maybe pick some players and you play them and they don't quite match up, and you're the manager sitting there and you say, I knew that there was a wee doubt there about that one or two players there. But no, I think there's enough players that they're keen to get in the team and stay there. That's the hard bit, getting into the team is hard, staying in it's harder, and you've got to just keep your the standard to play up and just help one another. And it's I think the manager's attitude's right about that.
Yeah, I suppose one of those players, as well as Jair Tavares, obviously he had a really difficult first year at the club, was left out in the cold at the start of this season. Nick Montgomery's coaching team have come in, they've put their arm around him. He obviously started against Celtic. I think he did well. You could see the players encouraging him on the pitch as well. What did you make of him in that game, and how do you think he could play a big part in the rest of this season?
That's right. He can play, and it's just up to him just to reproduce it. Just to remember, just get a bit consistency about his play. You say he's got ability, but it's show everybody you can play. We're standing here talking about it, but he doesn't want to show me because it's the people who come along and watch him, and he's the manager, the training staff. Show them, they've shown a sort of, they're keen on him, and it's up to him to return that bit.
Yeah, there's no doubt tonight is a big game. But how would you assess Nick Montgomery's time? I think he's been here around 6 weeks at the club. How would you assess that so far?
Yeah, he's done well, and I think he's come in and there's been 2 or 3 turnovers at the club, manager wise, and managers coming in. Players will be wondering, will he fancy me? Will he, whereas the previous manager probably did. But that's just up to you to make it that the manager can't leave you out. Show them that you can play. Don't talk about it, do it. And the manager's looking for players who'll go out and do their bit for him. So it's just a way of showing the fans, but show the manager that he was right in picking you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we'll go to a quick commercial break now, but make sure you stay with us because there's a lot more for Pat and myself to talk about. And of course, we've got an exclusive interview with Jordan Abita too. Stay with us.
Simplexity Travel is made up of some of London's leading bespoke travel managers. Simplexity specialise in luxury travel services for corporate and private clients, groups and individuals who lead busy lives. Simplexity will simplify challenging schedules and complex trip itineraries, ensuring our clients always travel with complete peace of mind and in perfect luxury. Simplexity Travel, making luxury travel simple.
back to Hibs TV as we continue to build up to tonight's cinch Premiership game against Ross County. Ahead of this one, my colleague Gavin Rittu caught up with Jordan Abita to see how he's settled in and to preview tonight's game.
Jordan, a big week ahead for the club, starting with Ross County on Tuesday night. How have preparations been going for that one?
Yeah, really good. We go into the game really positive after the weekend, a draw against Celtic and a clean sheet. So yeah, we're going to the game with full confidence.
Yeah, it was a big effort to get that point at the weekend against Celtic. How impressed were you with the performance, particularly the defensive display?
Oh, really good. Even from the front, we very compact and solid. Made it really hard for them. Made them go around the outside, and which is probably really hard to do against a team like Celtic. But we did it really well.
Looking ahead to Tuesday, then, how will the approach change to play Ross County in comparison to setting up to play against Celtic?
Oh, it just shows that when you can do it against probably the best team in the league, you can do it against anybody. So we're at home again in front of our fans, and we go full confidence, and we try and go for the 3 points.
With such a quick turnaround between the games, and what have the last couple of days looked like, just in terms of rest, recovery, a bit of time on the training pitch?
Yeah, just a bit of tactics today, and we were in yesterday for recovery. Just normal gym stuff, stretching, in the ice baths, eating the right food to prepare right for tomorrow.
And what do you expect from Ross County? They scored 3 goals at the weekend, albeit they only got a draw, but this season that you can kind of see everyone can beat anyone, and it's going to be a really tight and tough game.
Oh yeah, we're sitting there very solid. They are quite a man-for-man team, which is sometimes hard to play against. Try and create space, but no, we go in there and we know what we're going to do, and hopefully we get it right and get the 3 points.
Nice one, Jordan. Appreciate your time.
Cheers, thank you.
Well, Pat, we just heard from Jordan Abita there. I think he's settled into life at Hibs really well. How impressed with him have you been?
He's done very well, and you just got to keep it up and don't take anything for granted. Just when you think things are going well, that's when you trip up now and again. But yeah, pleased with him.
Yeah, he's. I think we were speaking about his cross, weren't we, for Martin Boyle earlier on in the show. He's a real weapon, isn't he, down that left-hand side? A great crossing ability.
That's right, yeah, and it was a great chance. And the thing is, when you get into positions like that and you play these balls in, even the best of defences are under real pressure with that type of play.
Yeah, they absolutely are, and obviously there's great rotation in the squad as well. Like just at left back, obviously having Jordan and Lewis Stevenson. There's real strength and depth now in that area. Yeah,
that's right, and it's good as well that you if you're a player and you're playing away there, and if you're not maybe performing as you should be, it sort of concentrates your thoughts a wee bit when you look over at the dugouts and there's a guy sitting there just waiting to take your place. And that puts pressure on you, and you've got to play. Your game is to keep him sitting on that bench, and his thing is to come off the bench and you can go and take his place. Yeah. Just a wee bit pressure on you to perform well, but knowing that there's somebody there just willing to step into your boots and carry it on, and that's the best way. Good players will react to that.
Yeah, there's good competition, isn't there, in the squad, and I'm sure that's probably something that's playing on Nick Montgomery's mind going into tonight's game, because the schedule from now until the international break is pretty hectic.
That's right, and it's a sort of thing in football when you're left out and you bump into one of your neighbours or whoever, and they'll say, "I see you're not playing," and most players, that puts pressure on you. The fact that maybe your neighbours are sort of talking about, "I see he's not playing." And if you've got any pride in your performance, you'll say, I'm going to get back in that team. So it's just a wee bit pressure either way, and it's just up to the player how he responds.
Yeah, it's the culture as well, isn't it, that's set at the training ground in terms of driving those standards in training to push players on, because ultimately if you have that competition for places, you have a healthy squad and you're pushing each other and getting better week in, week out.
Yeah, and I always found that the biggest pressure that you have, apart from the supporters or the fans or the manager, is the pressure you put yourself under. If you've got any pride at all in any walk of life, you know, to be good at what you do, and that's the biggest bit of pressure, is the one that you've got yourself under, and you've got to give yourself a shake, because there's nobody else going to get you out of it. It's you and your performance.
Yeah, and in terms of tonight's game, we spoke about the fantastic defensive effort against Celtic. Is it all about Hibs and the way we move the ball and the way we attack tonight? Is that what will win us the game?
Well, this game will be different, completely different for that game. You know, you go out thinking, I'm going to do this when I get the ball, and I'm going to do that. The game doesn't happen like that. It's in a, you know, the ball comes different. It's another game, and you've got to adapt to it, and quickly, and that's just experience.
Yeah, and it's not going to be an easy task either, is it? Obviously, everyone knows Malky Mackay's sides. They're incredibly well organised. They work really hard, and they fight for each other on the pitch. That's
right. And you listen to him being interviewed on the telly, and he comes over well, and he's obviously he's getting, the players are responding to him, and he's got them doing very well.
Yeah, he'll want to see a reaction too, because obviously at the weekend they had some lead over Motherwell, and Motherwell obviously managed to just put it back to 3-3 in the end. That's
right, aye, and you've just got to keep it going, like say. But they've done well. They've surprised a few people, and it's great to see it. It really is, that part of the country, and really pleased for them. And the way, I'll not be pleased with them tonight if things go the other way, but they'll come here, they'll play well, and it's up to you just to step the game up.
What do you think Hibs need to do then tonight?
I'll just when the game starts, you start. You know, don't wait to, like we said earlier on about I'll start playing 10 minutes into the game. You start long before that, and if you get chances, try and take them, because at the end of the day, that's what matters. And if you maybe if teams are having a bad time and they miss chances and the heads go down, oh, here we go again, the same old story, but show a bit of confidence, and don't be frightened to go in and miss chances. You know, if you miss a chance, so what, the next one I'll put that away. So because if players are not maybe scoring goals, they tend to sit outside the box. They don't go in there looking to score goals. But you see some of the great centre forwards or forwards at all, they're not frightened. They miss a chance, okay, so something else will come along. So don't go into a shell and don't take, you know, just hide away. Just stand up to it, because you're the guys on the back.
Yeah, and two men that will be chomping at the bit, obviously, to score will be Dylan Venti and Adam Lafondra. Obviously, both gone a little while now without hitting the back of the net, but they're experienced pros, and they want to get scoring straight away.
That's right. They've had this, what we're just talking about. They'll have had that experience of maybe having a sort of a dry spell, and everybody has them, you know. But it's amazing how it comes back. It might just come back at the right time.
Yeah, and the final thing I just wanted to chat about was the young players that have been involved in the squad of late. Obviously, Rory Whittaker came on earlier in the season, became the club's youngest ever player. He came on against both of the old firm, Rangers and Celtic, which would have been a great experience for him. And then we saw Josh Landers also on the bench against Celtic. Great experiences for the young players.
Oh yeah, it's great, and it's young players see that, and you know, other players on the staff, and they'll see young players getting a chance. And so, from the Hibs point of view, any young player coming here, there's a chance if he plays well, he'll get a chance. He'll get a chance to play. Whereas maybe in the past, managers have been reluctant to maybe give a chance, the kid a chance, and he won't improve sitting on the bench, that's for sure. But if you give him a chance, bring him on towards the end of games, and maybe you've held back on introducing a young player to the first team, and then when you put them in and he suddenly plays well, and you say, what have I been waiting on?
Yeah, why have I not done it earlier?
Yeah, and like I say, it's a two-way thing. The manager's, he shows faith in you, and it's, you know, if you're a young player, you say, this is great that the manager's showing a wee bit of faith in me. So I suppose he'll shout at him plenty as well at training, but that's another matter. But
yeah.
No, it's good. It's good that young players getting a chance, and they can repay the manager by performing well.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's just about all we've got time for this evening. Pat, thank you very much for joining us, and thank you very much for watching at home, and hopefully all the supporters will be in for a Halloween treat this evening.